Karlyn Bue Lohrenz lives in Billings, Montana, and began quilting in 1999. She pulled out the white sewing machine that her mother had purchased for her daughter, Rebecca Karlyn, who'd been killed in a car crash at the age of 16. Little did Karlyn know where that sewing machine would lead her. She only thought about the precious little fingers that had been working on the pieces she had sewn. After she took a class with Carol Doak, she decided to try and do some free motion quilting. The machine didn't have bead dogs that dropped, so she taped over the hole and practiced. Eventually, she had the right equipment and had taken some classes from Laura Heine and Cheryl Whitmire at Fiberworks in Billings. Then something magical happened. She took Barbara Olson's class, Cosmic Spirals. Karlyn felt so inspired that she began working on her first art quilt. It made her feel good and peaceful, and she realized that she'd worked through her grief over the death of her daughter. Rebecca was a spirited, beautiful whirlwind, so she called the quilt the Wild Thing. It's Karlyn's favorite quilt and was the first of her quilts to be juried into a show. Karlyn began working on more challenging designs, looking for more precision and studying value and color. When she became frustrated, she knew it was part of the learning process and found inspiration from family and friends. Soon, a whole new world of quilts opened up for her. With Chocolate Swirl, she began playing with depth perception and unique fabrics. She set it on a hand-dyed background to give the flower a chance to swirl. Bengal Peace was inspired by the teachings of Hollis Chatelain. She studied the white Bengal tiger, which is said to be extinct in the world, with only 400 in captivity. Carol Breyer Fallert and Barbara Olson inspired Solar Storm. It awakened a sense of adventure in her. Karlyn wanted to address the small particles in the Earth's solar system falling into the Earth's atmosphere. The visions exploded upon fabric selection, directing movement, light, heat, and finally the glow of meteors. Relying on inspiration from her earlier mentors, Karlyn created We're Not in Kansas Anymore, too. The Wonderful World of Wizard of Oz by Frank L. Baum brings the piece to the surface. Karlyn hopes it stirs the emotions of the child in all of us. This quilt was honored with a Judge's Choice Award in Houston in 2007. For the last 5 years, Karlyn has attended the International Quilt Show in Houston. She looks forward to taking classes from well-known artists and meeting and sharing with other quilters from all over the world. Color Me High on Life began as doodles she drew on the plane on the way home from Houston. It was how she was feeling at the time, and her heart flowed into it. This quilt has taken ribbons at both PIQF and Road to California. In August 2009, Karlyn received a call that her quilt, Calamari Time, had won honorable mention in Houston. She was excited, speechless, and humbled. It took her breath away to see her quilt hanging under museum lights with the work of the world's artists. She was thrilled to receive her award in front of fellow quilters, and she felt it was a tribute to her daughter, who seemed to be guiding her. Karlyn wanted to do something abstract with her Carol Breyer Fallert gradation fabrics. She created her design and enlarged it. She then picked 3 colorways of Carol's fabric, an orange, a purple magenta, and an olive green gradation. She also used a sky dye for what it would add to the piece. She put them up on her design wall and accepted her own challenge to open up more creatively. Of course, she ended up having to order more fabric because she had fussy cut her way through what she already owned. She added the black and white to kick it up a notch. The name of the quilt came early when, after a conversation with her husband, they decided it looked like it had squid legs. The name Calamari Time stuck. Trapunto found its way into the quilting. She quilted it with a 40-weight tri-lobal polyester and 40-weight cotton thread to match values and enhance different areas of the quilt. Today, Karlyn has a beautiful quilt studio in her home where she's the proud owner of a Bernina 440, which sits in her horn cabinet system. She loves visiting the TQS website to share the vast variety of quilting knowledge that she finds there. Karlyn believes that a quilt isn't complete until it is shared. Thanks for sharing, Karlyn.